They won't do when it goes online because everybody's going to know about it. Now, I also want to talk about some victims today. I've recently been working with victims and speaking to people that have been affected by these deep-rooted issues. I've had to sit down with BB Media. I won't go into detail of the case, but you can see the video of a lady whose grandchild was a victim from an illegal migrant who pretended to be a child. Now, I had to sit face to face with that woman and talk to her about what she went through. Do you think she's got any support? No, she hasn't. Our government is not even talking about the fact that these children and women are being abused by migrants. It's hidden. We have to pretend it's not happening because he's not British. He's not a British person. We are fully aware that British men do things. We call them out. But why are you not calling them out, Keir? Look at Rhiannon White. Why is her name not everywhere? She went to work. She was earning some money and she got killed. She got stalked and killed by a man that should not have been here. Now, there's someone else I want to talk about. This man is called Lee Heath. Lee Heath, sorry. Lee Heath. Lee Heath.
Hold it up.
Lee Heath was murdered in 2011 by 4 illegal migrants in Germany. His mum is here with us today. Not many people know Lee's story or his face, but I do. I've sat down with Marie. Every time Marie sees a refugees are welcome sign, it makes her feel physically sick because her son is dead. And do you know what? The Foreign Office are pathetic. They went over to Germany once when she had to go over for 6 months and sit in a court and watch an Afghan migrant hide away after what he did to her son. Lee was due to get married that year. He was a strong, important part of her family, and her family have been broken apart by his murder. And our government don't even care. They didn't give him any support. Marie had to put together a GoFundMe just to afford flights to go and sit there and hear how her son was murdered. That could be any of you. So remember, there are people all across this world being abused and killed by men who have been brought into their country illegally. Another victim I want to talk about is Abby Johnson. She's a strong girl that was abused by a migrant. He's been given 7.5 years and I've spoken to Abby personally. She should never have been harmed, and I will get emotional about this because there are women being harmed all over this country, and if we don't defend them, more and more will be harmed and more will die. I'm not crying for me, I'm crying for people that have pain, real pain that I can't take away. But we have to try, because if we don't, there will be so many more. Over the country, there is a blueprint of this happening. I speak with people in other towns who have hotels, and like Crowborough, I've got some people speaking from Crowborough today, Shana and Liam. They have the same thing happening in their town. They've got a barracks opened with it's going to be over 500 men. Now in these towns and in our town, we have organisations that work together against us for speaking out, and they're actually organisations of people that actually don't even come from our town. In our town, we have Care for Calais working against us. And this is my sign that I've made about them. They're Care for Communism. They're spending their time facilitating migrants into the country to push far left political and economic ideologies. These people abuse us with the terminology of racism every time we challenge behaviour by illegal men. In my group alone, I have people from India, I have people from Lebanon, I have people that have come over here legally who pay all the time to keep living here and putting into our economy, and they are sick of what's happening. Look at, the Yummy's Cafe that a lot of us went to today. Shabelle, he's got lived experience. He fled the Islamic regime in his homeland, okay? He was tortured. He saw horrendous things, but he's embraced Britain and he loves Britain. He is British, and I don't care about any of these EFO nats that don't agree with that. He is British because he loves Britain, and he is standing up for us. He is one of us. I've got a lady in my group who is Indian. She fled India many, many years ago, and she wanted to live a Western life. She was Christian. When she walked down the street, she had to hide her cross, okay? Her life was at risk in India. She came here, she's got a beautiful life now, she's got children, and she said to me, I am fleeing, the men that I fled from are coming to this country, okay? These are people that know what they're talking about. So when Care for Calais come out and they call you racist, don't take any notice of that absolute rubbish, okay? People don't need to keep worrying about what they're saying because you know you're not racist. This isn't about colour. This is about people coming from countries that believe that children should be married at 9. Come on. How can you undo that level of brainwashing? They get one little pathetic lesson at Wethersfield for a couple of hours about how they can't stare at girls. That's actually in the Home Office document. It says that. They are educated not to stare at women. Come on. This is ridiculous. And if they are fleeing war, where's the women and children? I'll be the first one helping the women and kids. Claire Mosley was the original founder of Care for Calais. She's now no longer in there, but I'd just like to educate you on the fact that she had an affair with a migrant in the Calais camp, and then he set fire to the camp, okay? So someone who preaches about human rights, don't you think you took advantage of a little vulnerable migrant in the base, Claire? Now, Claire is also running another group now, which is Love Music, Hate Racism. But she's in bed with Stand Up to Racism, by the way. So all of your teachers that are going to the unions, they're with Claire Mosley. But anyway, back to the blueprint situation. So Care for Calais are operating in our town, okay? They go in the Salvation Army Hall. BB Media covered this last Thursday. They're going in there, they're getting their hair cut, they're doing their activities, which are paid for by us as the taxpayer, because Braintree District Council gave £50,000 to art refuge, cricket lessons, football lessons. I could go on. We've got all the information out there previously, but that is what they're doing, okay? They come out, they go straight to the bank, they withdraw money, and they go in the bookies, and then they come and buy alcohol and drink it here. Now, I am sick of people writing online to us saying, how do you know they're migrants? We know they're migrants because they get off the bus and we see the same ones. So please stop saying that we're just following random people around who are a different colour to us, because that's absolute nonsense, okay? This is our town, and we demand, I'm sorry, if I saw a British man sitting on the bench at 11 AM drinking a can of beer, I wouldn't like it. And we do say it, all of us in this town call out people public drinking. We've got signage up where they're not supposed to be doing it, but the illegals are getting away with it. So I'm sorry, Braintree Council, pick up your enforcement officers please and start actually putting these people aside and taking the alcohol away. So myself and Crowborough will be working together to actually show people what this blueprint is. So if you've got a base opening in your town or you've got another hotel, you will start to see the pattern emerging and how these groups intersect together and what they do to try to push any of us coming out and saying we don't agree with it. I also want to mention we run a women's group, okay? We've got an amazing man, I'm not going to name him, who lets us use his venue. And he's not going to be bullied, by the way, left. He's not going to be bullied by you. But these women, we get together, biological women only, and... Sorry, no being allowed, no fair. But anyway, these women get together, we talk about how to report crime. This isn't just about migrants, by the way, this is every crime, every man that could commit a crime. We give out safety alarms, we talk about how to keep safe, and I also empower those women to go out. Stop staying in your house, okay? Because you're a Western woman, you can go out, you don't need permission from your husbands. Go out! Right, so also, look around you. The government is failing. The NHS is failing. The judicial system is failing. We all need to speak out and talk more. I also want to mention, and I haven't been told to say this, UTK on the 16th of May. We all need to unite. We need to go to that protest and we need to make sure that it's the biggest event ever. So make sure you go on the 16th of May. I want to say lastly to all the victims across the country, we stand for you. We will say your name when they won't, and we will fight for you forever. Now, there's enough of me speaking, sorry. Liam and Shana, so I'd like to introduce them. Liam and Shana are proud patriots for their town. They helped to found the Crowborough protests when the local barracks were taken over. Together, Liam and Shana are partners, parents and patriots, and they have been putting themselves on the line, documenting what's been happening in their community, especially through their new page called Migrants on the Move. They're helping shine a light on events in their town and holding the Home Office and government to account. I'd like to give them a massive round of applause.